Hello, this is Lisa from Happy Stamp, and today I'm going to be doing project number 2 from the Whale Done suite. I'm throwing you 3 projects from one suite, so hopefully you get more use out of just, seeing one card and you're done. So I made this one. This is just a regular card. I made this in the last video. We're going to do the 3 cube pop-up card next, and then last I'm going to show you this gift card holder. Okay, so we will do this one in the next video. This is what we're going to be doing now, and this folds down and will fit in one of our envelopes. It's thick, so it will require extra postage, or maybe this is one that you're going to want to hand deliver. Okay, so I've done some of the steps ahead of time because this is a little, it's not hard at all, but it is a little time consuming. So you're going to need a piece of Pool Party that is 8.5 by 8. You're going to need a piece of Designer Series paper, and I'm using, of course, the paper from the suite. And this is Whale of a Time 6x6, and I'm using this is the first one in the pack, and I'm using, this piece is 3x6, and I will be telling you how to cut that down. You're going to need, let's see, you're going to need 4 squares of just jade that are 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. You're going to need 4 squares of Whisper White that are 1 1/2 by 1 1/2. No, sorry, let's do that again. 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. You're going to need 4 of those. You're going to need, this is just jade, you're going to need 4 Whisper White 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. So these are both the same size, because you're going to be, these are your mats for your Designer Series paper. So the Designer Series paper, and if you're using a pattern like I am that needs to be in unison or is directional, you're going to want to keep them in the right direction. And these are 1 1/2 by 1 1/2. And I have them going down like this, because I want them to all flow like this. Okay? So I'm making sure that I have them all in the right direction. So you're going to need 8 1 1/2 by 1 1/2 of your Designer Series paper, whatever you're using. You're going to need a scrap of Whisper White, a scrap of just jade, and then 2 pieces of Whisper White that are 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. And these are for the back so that you can write your message on there. You're going to need your Granny Apple Green ink, your shaded spruce, and your just jade, and then of course you're going to need your Whale Done stamp set. If I can get a hold of it here. Your Whale Done stamp set, and then you're going to need your Whale of a Time sequence. All right, now you're going to take your piece of Pool Party. I'm going to bring in my trimmer. On the 8.5 inch side, so the 8.5 inch side is up at the top, you're going to score at 2, 4, 6, and 8. Okay. Then you're going to take your trimmer, and also with the 8.5 inch side, no, the 8 inch side, so you're going to turn it, and this is your 8 inch side, right? Yes, so this, nope, oh, did I score that wrong? Well, that's 8.5. Did I cut them both at the same size? I must have cut them both at the same size. Okay, that's 8.5. And that is 8.5. So I'm going to cut off, I want to make sure that one is 8.5. All right, so this, make sure that the 8-inch side is at the top. I hope I didn't just totally confuse you. The 2, 4, 6, 8 is on the 8.5-inch side. And the 8, I told you I haven't done videos in a while, so I'm a little rusty. And then on the 8-inch side is where we're going to make our cuts. So we're going to cut at 2 and then 2 again. So that's going to leave me this 4-inch piece and 2 2-inch pieces. All right, so now we're going to take and we're going to fold on all of our score lines, and we're going to use our bone folder. We're going to do this on all of the pieces. While I'm doing this, I'm going to remind you that we have bonus days going on right now. So for every $50 that you spend, Stampin' Up! Is going to give you a coupon for $5 that you can spend in August. They will send you a email with the coupon codes that you will be able to redeem next month. So don't lose that email, because they won't be able to give you your codes back again. So make sure you hold on to your email. Let's see, I'm running towards a big promotion this month, or big for me anyway, and I've almost hit it. So if anybody would like to help, it would be appreciated. Anybody would like to join my team, that would also be appreciated, because that always helps. But if you have any questions, go ahead and leave me a comment below. All right, so now I have scored those with my bone folder. I'm going to take my scissors, and on the little half-inch piece here, I'm just going to give these little pieces just a little trim. Okay. Then I'm going to take my tear and tape. Take my tear and tape, and that is going to go along the half-inch piece here on all 3 of these. And I'm making sure to put my tear and tape at the edge of the fold. All right, so now I can take off my tear and tape. It would probably be easier to put your little panels on before you put them together, but I'm afraid that I'm going to mess up. So I'm going to do it afterwards. All right, so there is our center. And we're just gonna put these together. Make sure that they're all even there. All right, so now this is going to go at a triangle like that. I'm going to make sure, so that you can't see my seam right here, I'm going to make sure that that's in the front. The seams for the little cubes, I'm going to make sure that they are up at the top, so it'll be harder to, well, let's see. Did I do that? Yes, I did. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that my little seam right here is up at the top. Then you won't be able to see it from the bottom. So I'm going to take that and put it up against here, and then that's going to make your little pop-up card. All right, so I'm going to take this time I'm just going to use my Tombow because I want to make sure that I get it square. So I'm going to fold that down, and I'm just going to make sure that it is at the edge and in the middle, right there. So then that just folds down just like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this side. And that's going to go on this side over here, all the way down to the bottom. Just make sure they're all nice and even. All right. Now it's going to go just like that. Okay? All right. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to put all of my little pieces, and I have them in order. I'm going to make sure that I get them in the right direction here. So these go on this side and these go on this side. I'm going to take and this is going to go here. So you just want to make sure that your squares are all even all the way around. You have an even border on all four sides. And this is going to go on top. All right, now this one, instead of going in here, it's going to go in here. So this is going to go in here, and then that's going to also cover up that little tab that's at the top, which they're not going to be able to really see anyway. Okay, and then this one is going to go on the front. And I can see I have some little glue spots right here. So I'm just going to take my adhesive eraser. Yep, and that just comes right off. Okay. All right, now we're going to do the other side. See, in this one, I don't think you're going to be able to see, but there's a like sunlight gleaming through the water, and you can kind of see the rays. So that's why I want to make sure that they're all going. See, this one goes with that one up there. I want to make sure that they're all going in the correct direction. Right, and again, this is going to go on the inside. This is number 3. So this is going to go in here. I know you can't see that, but it's in there, like that. And then this is going to go right here. when you pop it up, like that, it's going to go like this. Now you could also put another piece on the inside if you don't like just seeing the pool party part. You could put this on the inside as well if you want to. All right, so, okay, that's done. Now let's get our, I need, again, my little whale right there. And I already have a little whale spout from the last one punched out, so I'm going to use that. Alright, so I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take my whale punch, and let's see. I'll just use this. Well, I should have one punched out from the last time, shouldn't I? For my last video. Let's see. I don't want to waste it if I don't have to. Yes, right there. All right. Okay, so we're going to take this guy right here, and he's going to match right up in our little punch.
Mom, are you done?
Nope. Okay, go ahead. Okay, it's gonna punch out. Oh, so I got another, let's see, I got another whale spout. So I can use either one of those. I think I'm gonna use the darker one on this one. All right. Okay, so for the whale, what I'm gonna do is I am going to take a piece of acetate, and I'm just going to cut a very thin strip. And you can use anything that you have laying around. I have, let's see, I'm going to use one of my glue dots. I don't know if you can see that on here, but he does have a little, I do have a little, whatever that's called, coming out of there. So I'm going to take this, my little piece of acetate, I'm going to take my glue dot, I'm going to fold that on itself. I'm going to put that, let's see, I'm going to put that up at the top. Then I'm going to take this little water thingy, and I'm going to put that right on there. I'm just going to press that into the glue dot, just like that. Now you can either take a piece of tape, or you can take another glue dot. And I'm going to put that right there. But it's a little long, so I'm going to cut that off. And that's going to go right above him. Okay, right there. I'm just going to take a little piece of tape and put that on there, just like that. And then that gives him his little spout of water there. All right, one thing I forgot to cut is I'm going to take, let's see, I'm going to take a piece of Just Jade, and I need 4 little strips. Oh, let's see, that are about 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch by 1.5 inches. I need 4 of those. Let's see how big that is. And it doesn't matter that this is, it doesn't matter. It's not going to be seen. So I'm just going to use it. Get all those off of there. And And what we're going to do is we're going to fold those in half. So you can score them and fold them in half if you want. You're not going to see them, so I'm just going to fold them in half. These are going to make the little mechanism so that this stands out like this. This one I used a circle punch, but we don't have that size circle punch anymore. So I wanted to make sure that you knew how to do it without making a circle. So just fold these in half. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take two right at the moment, and I'm going to put glue. I want to use glue because I want to make sure I'm able to wiggle them around. I'm going to take my little piece of paper here. It's hard to show you what I'm doing here. And I'm going to put that right where the whale is going to go. So right here in the middle is where it's going to go. And this is probably the most difficult piece of this whole thing, and that's not hard. It's just awkward. So I want to make sure that it's all the way up to the fold. And make sure it's all the way up to the fold. Then I'm going to hold it a second. And then I'm going to do the same thing so that the folds are touching each other. Okay, so I want to make sure that these folds are, when they're down, are folded together, are touching each other. Right there. Hopefully I did that within camera range. All right, so that is how. So I'm going to take a little bit of glue here, put some more glue on both of these, and then your little whale is going to go right on there. So he's going to stick up. He just fell off though. I mean, this card is so easy. This is the hardest part. So just set him on there and set this down and hold this. All right. Now, there is your whale, which I put on there crooked. Okay, hold on. My goodness, this looks so much harder than it is, because it's not hard at all. You just want to make sure you get them on there straight. Okay. There. Goodness. So there he is. So he's on there, right in there, right like that. And that just makes him stick out just a little bit so he's not like flat against the back. I'm sorry about that. That was so much harder. It looked so much harder than it really is, because it's not. Oh my goodness. Let's see. We've got some glue spots here. Driving me crazy. Goodness. There we go. All right. There is that with our little whale sticking up there. All right. Now for the sentiment. I need a piece of Whisper White, just a scrap. I'm going to take our You're Kind of a Big Deal. Right here. I think that got me all flustered now. Goodness. Okay. My Just Jade ink. And I'm going to ink that up. And that's just going to go here. So that's in Just Jade. I'm going to take the little pieces of kelp. Is probably what they are. And let me get another black here. I'm first going to ink that up. Let me get a scrap of paper here. Put that on there. I have my Granny Apple Green and my Shaded Spruce. So I'm going to take my Granny Apple Green first. I'm going to ink that all up in Granny Apple Green. And then I'm just going to take the edges and I'm just going to tap them on the sides. I'm not going to be able to get it in the middle, but that's okay. Just as long as I have a different variation of color there. I'm going to take this piece right here and it's going to go right across the A. I'm okay with that. Okay. All right. Then I'm going to take this, get this off, and I'm going to ink it up again. But you want to make sure you get that excess ink off because you don't want the darker color going into the lighter color. You'll never get it out. So I'm going to take that again. And this time I'm just using this little part right here. So I'm just going to do that like that. And that's going to go right here. Like that. All right, let me close these up. And I'm going to take the rectangular postage. I'm going to cut a little bit of that off. And I'm going to stick that in here. I want it this way. And then I'm going to cut that out. Then I'm going to take another strip of, just a scrap of the Just Jade, and I'm going to layer these two together. And I'm just going to offset them a little bit. Just like that. All right, now's when maybe you'll get a better idea of what I was trying to do on the inside of this. Okay, so again, I'm going to take these two and I'm going to butt them up like this. Right here and right here. I should have done this one first, okay? So my glue is going to go here and here. And then I'm going to take these, and of course you can't do it on the inside of the other one, but this one you can. I'm going to take these and I'm going to line them up right on the fold there, where I put these two panels on, right in the middle of these panels. And I'm just going to hold them there for a second. Okay. All right, now I can take and I can put glue on these two pieces right here. And this is going to go right on top of that. Just like that. It's not hard. It's just awkward to get in there. Okay? So then now this will stick up like that on both down below and right here. Just like that. All right. Now we're going to take our two pieces of Whisper White that are 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. And again, I'm going to take that stamp with the kelp on it. And let's wipe that off. I'm going to use my Granny Apple Green, my Shaded Spruce, ink that up. Just going to put a little bit on the edges here. And this one's going to go on this side over here. Okay. I'm going to rinse this, not rinse, I'm going to wipe this off. Granny Apple Green. This is technically called the rock and roll technique because you're rocking and rolling it, but I'm not rolling the whole thing. Okay, and then this one is going to go over on this side. It just gives it some nice color. There we go. Alright, let me get these closed, and then this is going to go on the back. That way you'll have somewhere to sign it. So this one's going to go over on this side. And like I said, if you don't like the emptiness on the inside, you could do the same measurements and put them down in front. And then this one's going on this side. Just like this. So then it'll all fold up flat. You can put it in an envelope. You'll have to pay extra for postage, but it will go in one of our envelopes. Okay. So then that's there. That goes like that. Now, I took some of our sequins and I just scattered them around for a little more bling. Of course, you do not have to do that. It's completely up to you. Just doesn't look so plain then. All right, let's see. What else color? What other color do I want to put in there? Let's try this. Oh, and I was going to look for my... Alright, those will go there. You just do whatever you want to do. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to have you watch me do that, because you can do however you want to on yours. But just to show you, and then I also put a couple on the top right there, right like that. Okay, so that is how a triple cube pop-up card is made. Like I said, I know I've seen some other ones that are 12 by 12, use a 12 by 12 piece of paper, or 11 and a half, and I'm not sure what the measurement was, and I don't remember now, but I just wanted to be able to use a regular size envelope so I didn't have to make one. So that's the reason why I did that. But if you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. I'll be happy to answer them. All supplies can be purchased through my online store at www.happystamp.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.